But yeah. Anyway, Josh Ward, top 10. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So first off is the titular song from More Than I Deserve. More Than I Deserve.
And I wish right now she could see what goodbye's done to me. 'Cause I know I could change her mind, make her stay. But then again, I know it's too late. If I could do it all over, I'd kissed her a little sweeter, held her a little closer, been the man that she needed. 'Cause that girl was more than I deserve.
This song is just like about winning the lottery, and it's like, hey, look, I got more money than I thought I was going to. This is more than I need and more than I deserve, and that's it.
That's exactly it. No, but this
I did
is
not do my homework.
This is a great. This is a good one. He has a lot of songs like this, a lot of heartbreak type situation songs, and so this is one where it's got a little bit more of an upbeat feel to it, but the lyrics talk about this guy who's reflecting on a lost lover, broken relationship, where he's kind of realizing how great he had it, and he's like, she was more than I ever deserved, and I messed it up, and I should have done something, and I could try to get her back, but I know it's too late, and so he's just kind of talking about how he really didn't realize what he had until now that it's gone.
Yeah, it's just, this actually, when this album first came out, it was just produced a little more, I think, than his other albums were, and at first I thought it was going a little poppy, but then I listened to it some more, I'm like, no, these are all still real instruments.
Oh, yeah.
But it just sounds more produced than the other ones, and so for my first listen through the album, I was just like, it's pretty good, but then the second listen through, I was like, never mind, this album's just fantastic.
Yeah, it's. I think it's just got a lot of players on it, so it's got a lot of different string instruments and things layered on. So it's not like they're fucking putting bullshit all over it.
Yeah, it definitely pops up most in a song that we'll be getting to down the list, but which I'll bring up again. But for now, number 9 is "Say Hello to Goodbye."
Yeah, I'd like to introduce you to lonesome days and lonely nights. I guess you'll have to get used to all those tears in your eyes. Say hello to goodbye.
That seems very counterproductive.
Yeah. This is the type of song that I am a sucker for at all times, where he's just he's talking about, the transition into being alone, and so he's saying, say hello to this, say hello to that. It's very similar to the Tyler Farr song "Hello Goodbye." I mean, it's basically similar words, so he's just kind of talking about life changing to be what it's gonna be now that he's alone, and so he wraps it up with say hello to goodbye. This is this is what your life is now.
It's not this new theme in country songs. It's a very common theme.
Exactly, but I think Josh Ward does a really good job with these. As you'll notice, a lot of the songs on this list are kind of like that. But I think he does a really good job with these.
Yeah, this is the one song we had difference for the list of. I had Whiskey and Whitley because I love that song.
Says the guy who didn't put any Keith Whitley songs on his saddest songs and has said publicly that you don't even listen to Keith Whitley that much. If at all.
It's true.
Poser.
Which will come up again in a little bit.
Poser!
I know. I'm not even a country fan because I don't listen to one artist.
Yeah. If that artist is going to be referenced in the song you were going to pick.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, to be completely honest, though, when I first heard it, I misheard the lyrics, and I thought it said whiskey and Rascal Flatts.
I could see how you could mess that up.
It sounds so
You are
similar.
very stupid, yes.
Why, yes, your IQ is minimal.
Keen observation, stupid one.
Why, yes, you are the biggest dumbass on the face of the planet. Anyway, enough about my intelligence. I have a college degree. Number 8, What I'm Doing.
She's out on some dance floor, spinning in the neon lights, or in her Houston high-rise, slipping on a dress that fits just right. But maybe she's thinking about me, with loving on her mind. Oh, I wonder if she's wondering what I'm doing tonight.
This is one of those great ones of just kind of the post-breakup, you're out and about, and you're wondering if she's wondering what I'm doing type thing. Like, you're wondering if you're on the mind of the ex.
Yeah, because I like the lines about that, because it's he without like directly stating it, he's saying that he's basically thinking about her, and it's like she's on his mind, but he's saying like, well, I wonder if she's thinking about what I'm doing. Is she thinking about what I'm like? Is she as hung up as I am? Is she thinking about what I'm doing? Without like totally going out there and saying, she's always on my mind and I'm sad or whatever. He's just like, oh, I wonder if she thinks I'm doing this and that and whatever. And it's really just a way of saying like, oh, you're not over her, and you're hoping that she's not over you either.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a fantastic song. Because that's always obviously been one that anyone who's been through any sort of breakup has ever thought, just like, I wonder if they're still thinking about me, or if they're the ones who have moved on and I'm still kind of stuck in this.
Yep.
And yeah, it's just a very relatable song, and yeah, I love it. Number 7, Together.
You're the rocks around my arms, around my true north when I'm headed south. A lighthouse in my darkest harbor. When I think it couldn't get any harder, you calm the seas when the waves get rough. I'm sinking down, you lift me up. You give me shelter in the stormy weather. Even when I'm holding you, you're holding me together.
It's about breaking up.
No, finally a happy love song. I love the line in this, where he ends the chorus where he's like, even when I'm holding you, you're holding me together. Just talking about how much she means to him and how important she is, just essentially to his like overall well-being, on top of just feeling loved. And because he says like she's the rock, and then the solid ground, and all those metaphors and things. But I think it's just a really beautiful song, and it's got a really great tune to it. I have unabashedly said that love is dead and love songs are stupid, but this is a beautiful, beautiful song.
Yeah. I don't hate love songs, because when we did our love songs episode, I had like 400 songs to choose
Yeah,
from.
you
Kevin
don't
had to
hate love
find
songs
10.
because you're not a broken human who's given up on life.
I've given up on dating, just not life yet. Not yet.
You'll get there.
You gonna learn to date.
Don't you worry. Thank God for football.
I love football. Football.
But for real, seeing the dudes on the sideline doing the pregame talking is getting me all sorts of jazzed up. Football's back.
I was so close to just pausing the podcast because they were talking about the Bear-Packer game, and I was like, what are they saying?
What are they?
I want to know if they're just sucking Rodgers' dick some more, if they're being like, hey, the Bears have a chance.
Well, that's honestly okay. Again, sorry for the segues, but it's finally great. Well, it's great to finally have it where they talk about the Bears-Packers rivalry, the greatest rivalry in sports. Don't even at me on that.
Well, professional sports.
Yes,
Because collegiate's Bama, whatever, Auburn.
I would say Duke, North Carolina, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But to hear them talk about the rivalry and not just be like, Rogers is God, and fuck the Bears. They can't even try to do anything to stop him. Rogers is God. Now it's like,
which is what it's been for the
exactly.
last
And now
8
it's
years.
like, shit, I don't know. They might get after him. And I'm like, damn right. I just need that might. Just say might. That's all I need.
Yeah. Have some faith in the Bears.
Exactly.
Speaking of Bears, number 6, Change My Mind.
I always thought that nothing could happen in the glow of a neon light. But I'm thinking you could change my mind. Things are sure looking up, 'cause the way you look tonight can make a man fall in love. Yeah, I wasn't looking for a woman to come and change my life, but I'm thinking you could change my mind.
About the Bears.
Yeah. There's a Sports Clips commercial on it. Chicks are hot.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I love this song. It's one of those songs that there's a lot of country type cliche songs about like going out to a bar and saying, and then the chorus is just the line that he says to the girl to try to take her home. And this is one of those, but I think it's a really nice tune because he's not saying some sort of, we're both lonely, so let's just plow and feel better. It's him talking about like, I didn't come out here with any sort of expectations and finding someone that's going to change my life and I'm going to run away with forever. But you could change my mind, and I think that's a really nice line, a really cool love story type line where he's just like, we didn't expect to meet, but now that we have, I'm fully open to wherever this goes.
Yeah, it's like the I Don't Dance by Lee Brice type thing, where it's just like this girl is kind of changing who I am, but it's not like you're forcing me to do it. It's just something I want to do, and so it's like I want you to change my mind into liking this kind of stuff. Like it's not you're forcing my hand. It's I want you to do this. And yeah, it's a good one. Number 5 is the start of where I was making my top 5 was impossible because all these songs are so good. But number 5 is Broken Heart.
Yes, I'm the only one with a broken heart. Ain't found another sad soul so far. Everybody must be doing fine, 'cause I'm in a rut, they're stuck in party time. All I wanna do is turn my radio on, reset the clock and hear a sad country song. But I'm just looking for a place to fall apart. Guess I'm the only one with a broken heart.
I just love this one because it's like a super upbeat and quick song, but it's just about pretty much having a shitty night.
Exactly, and because it's very similar to the Songs About Trucks by Wade Bowen, where it's like everyone here is all happy and having a great time, and it's just kind of like jaded, like why is everyone so happy? And then, so he's just like, am I the only one with a broken heart? Everyone seems to be doing fine and having fun, and he's like, I just want to have a beer and think about my life, and for some reason everybody else, like there's no one else here that can relate to me, and just kind of feeling out of place.
But it's so upbeat that you like not listening to the lyrics you wouldn't even really see that, but
exactly.
Like reading the lyrics, you would if you just read the lyrics, never heard the song, you would assume it's like some slow ballad, but that is not at all the case.
Yeah.
So I love it because it's so upbeat and so catchy, but the lyrics are also super deep, and I really, really like it. Speaking of drinks and things, number 4 is Hard Whiskey.
I'm headed out the door to do all the wrong things right. 'Cause there's only one thing that'll get me through this night. All I need is hard whiskey, a soft place to fall, a jukebox full of George Jones songs. Hey, I won't miss her at all. All I need is hard and I'll be doing fine. Yeah,
it's about whiskey that's not soft.
Yeah. This is so. Like we said before, this is the second song I had ever heard by him, and for a while, this and then another that we'll get to were kind of the only ones that I had saved by him, and I would listen to him a lot. But I love this song. It's kind of just a classic deal where it's it
Drink
starts.
Like a Pain.
Well, yeah, and he starts off with he's got a goodbye letter saying that his lady's leaving him and she's not coming back, and so he's just like, all right, well, I need some hard whiskey, and I'm gonna listen to George Jones and just try to drink my pain away, and I'll be doing fine once I do that. Just to I just gotta go through this, and then I'll be fine. And it's got that typical narrative structure that a lot of country songs have, but it's a really good one.
Yeah, it's definitely not an original thought, but it's just a really clever song and how it's written. And I love the lyrics of "I always said her leaving would never get to me, so I turned your whiskey to drown her memory." It's just this whole
absolutely.
It's the kind of that's what's working right now type feeling, and that whole it's not gonna bother me. I just need this booze and go away. That kind of thing. So yeah, fantastic song. Number 3, Between an Old Memory and Me.
I'm not hurting anybody as far as I can see. I just need to be alone sometimes. Well, she goes walking through my mind.
This is a cover of some guy named Keith Whitey.
Originally recorded by a guy who does not exist.
Actually, the first time I ever heard the song was by Josh Ward. That's why I really love this version. Obviously, I'm not saying Keith Whitley was bad or
I honestly agree. I mean, it's also probably because I listen to this version way more because it pops up in playlists more. But I do definitely listen to this version more, and I guess I would say that I like it more without any disrespect whatsoever to Keith Whitley. But I do like this version more.
This is one of the few songs where he really belts it out. Where at the end of the song, he's just where he belting out the lyrics.
Yeah, at the very end when he says "Between an Old Memory and Me" and really holds it. Yeah,
yeah. And I just love that about it because that part of the song just gives you chills because of how passionately he sings those lyrics.
And he really does have a great voice, and that's kind of the thing that I noticed the first couple times I listened to him, and that's what got me kind of hooked. Was like, man, this guy's got a hell of a voice. But yeah, this song in particular, obviously it's a Keith Whitley cover, so I don't want to talk too much about the songwriting part. But it is a great song where it's instead of he's at a bar and someone tries to talk to him and he's just like, no, I'm not in the mood for that right now. It's
I'm not here to make friends.
Exactly. I just gotta sit here and drink and think about things, and so this is just between an old memory and me, and it's obviously it is a cover of a song from back in the day, but it definitely has that vibe to it, and I think he does it justice with the way that he did it.
Yeah, there are so many artists who they do the cover justice, and then obviously there's somewhere it's just why did you do that? But this one, Jason Cassidy covers I Think I'll Just Stay Here and Drink, that's a cool, that's a good cover.
Yeah, I think he does a really good job.
Jamie Johnson obviously covered Mental Revenge, but gave it a different vibe, and so I love when artists do justice to a cover rather than you hear it and you're just no.
Yeah, because the best ones are the ones where you wouldn't even know it was a cover if you didn't, if you didn't know.
Well, yeah, when we first heard Jamie Johnson, we didn't know Waylon that well at
exactly,
the time.
and that's
so we did not know it was a Waylon song.
Exactly, and that's one where again probably because I heard it first by Jamie Johnson, but I like his version better. With absolutely no disrespect to Waylon, I just really like the way that he does that song.
That's one of the few songs I've heard where the second one I heard was better. Of some girls getting carried away. Did you see that?
Was she crying too hard?
Some girl in the front row. She must have passed out. Security's lifting over the fence to carry her out.
I swear that's the girl that I was talking about earlier. I swear to God, it was the exact same spot. Hysterical white girl. Can't handle it.
I don't get how people get that excited about things. Anyway, no, but Mental Revenge by Waylon, I liked it more because he has like the sarcastic, upbeat like tone to it, whereas Jamie Johnson's is more of kind of cynical or angry. So I love that. I just kind of like the Waylon feeling better of it. But obviously they're both fantastic.
See, but I like the cynical and angry version because I am cynical and angry.
I've not noticed the. Anyway, so yeah, great cover. It's one of those legendary covers that it's almost better than the original. Not that it is, but it's because that's obviously subjective. I don't know words.
Objective
grammar.
It's a very objective thing.
Number 2, The Devil Don't Scare Me.
Ever since the night she left me, ain't a damn thing that can help me. I've tried praying, I've tried whiskey, just living hell wishing she'd miss me. Though I ain't afraid to die, 'cause I lost the one thing I was living for. The devil don't scare me anymore.
So this one, when I was listening to his album, this one just blew me away the first time I heard it.
Yeah, exact same. It stood out
one
immediately.
of those. Yeah, it's just one of those where the lyrics are just he's gone through this hell of a breakup, and he just talks about like growing up, I was always so afraid of the devil. They always told us that hell was so scary and all that. And he goes, but after this shit I've been through, it doesn't scare me anymore. Like that was enough to terrorize 50 people. So this doesn't. Even
it's such a great song. I love the I love the lyrics. I love the tunage around it. But yeah, the idea of going through a breakup that's so difficult that he's like literally he's numb to anything because he's like I've gone.
It's like
through,
I'm not even afraid to die.
Yeah, I've gone through everything that I could possibly go through trying to get over this person. So nothing scares me because nothing's going to compare to that. And it's a really powerful bit of songwriting, and it's just, it's a tremendous song. It leapt out after my first listen for sure.
Yeah, this was the one that I was saying where the production at first, like, even though I love the lyrics, it worried me for the second because it has that drum beat, like the
very beginning,
the bass.
The very beginning of the song, I'm like, huh? And then immediately afterwards, it's all good.
Yeah, because it's still all, of course, we have a grandfather clock, if you can hear that on the...
Well, if you're going to have a landline, why not fucking go for it?
Yeah, because my parents have to tell people that they're old.
The time changed. Another hour happened. You didn't think it would happen, but it did.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, just the lyrics of this song were great. But yeah, at first the sound, it worried me, but then it just went into, it was all instruments, and there was, because I thought at first it sounded kind of computerized drums, but then you realize no, it's real. It's just they're doing that kind of annoying drum kind of bass drum beat at the start, and it's just like
yeah, and the same with the guitar line right off the bat. I'm like, oh, it kind of has that vibe where it would be a
kind of a poppy song.
A poppy upbeat guitar lick that doesn't ever elaborate whatsoever, but that none of those concerns are present afterwards.
Yeah, fantastic song.
Absolutely.
But then, our both agreed upon number 1 is "Sent Me You."
Well, I drank whiskey and I've smoked weed. Been hopelessly addicted to the pain surrounding me, and I've been lonesome, and I've been sold. I've done 100 miles an hour bottom of my soul, and I called out to Jesus as a stranger. I asked for forgiveness, and He sent me an angel.
Yeah, and
This song is just
yeah, and like I said, this was the first one I heard by him, and so it stood out, obviously, the first time I heard it, and so it was one of those songs I was just like, wow, this dude's got a hell of a voice, and just the songwriting is great. It's got all the, he's praying to Jesus for a savior, and then, the whole time you can you can see that the title of the song is "Sent Me You," but he doesn't actually say that till the very end. But throughout the whole thing, you kind of get this vibe of like where it's heading, where he's just, I just love the way he has all the different lines. I called out to Jesus as a stranger, and then once it gets to the redemption
asked for forgiveness, but He sent me an angel.
Yeah, to send me an angel, and then He sent me you, and so this person came and changed his life for the better, and he turned his life around, like in totality, you would assume, through the end.
Because there are songs where the lyrics you hear and you're like, oh, well, this is my favorite song because it's the first one I heard. Because that's been the case for some songs we've done, even on these lists. But this one, it's like, even though it was the first one we heard, it is genuinely, I think, his best song. Like,
Yeah, no,
it's
I
such
agree.
a great love song, and it's because it's so good. Yeah, it's just one of those. It's like I said, it's not a brand new story, but it's about a guy who lived his life like crap, but now he's living it really well because of the angel that was sent, and then at the end you find out the angel is his girlfriend or wife. Or
Yeah, it's beautiful, and like Between an Old Memory and Me, he really belts it out throughout this song too, and it's like, man, he's got the pipes. He's got the goods.
Yeah, this song is amazing, and I had no doubt this was number one. But the other four in the top five, I was like, I could have swapped those up and down the list.
Yeah, this one was a difficult one. He doesn't have a huge amount of songs to try to cut down, but like I said, I really like his last two albums in their entirety, and so going through them, I'm like, this one or that one.
Yeah, I got down to like 12, and because I ended up deleting 2 off because they're just kind of upbeat, dumb songs that he has out, and I was like, that's why I had them saved. But so I got it down to 12, and I was like, I genuinely don't know, so I just had to delete 2 songs. Like, I was like, I just have to get rid of 2.
I just give up.
But yeah, so that's our top 10, Josh Ward. If you have other songs you like by him, let us know. Or if you've never heard of Josh Ward until now, it sucks that you haven't heard of him, but now you do. And
I'm sorry for your past, but excited for your future.
yeah, because we have gotten a couple messages throughout the time we've been doing this where it's like, I hadn't heard of this artist before. Now that's awesome. I like this person, and it's like, good. That's literally the reason. I mean, we said it a million times, but that's literally the reason we do this podcast, is we want to introduce people to music.
100%. And it's
so
my favorite thing to do when people say that, got them into whatever artist. I'm like, well, fuck yeah, he's great. And twofold. One, I'm happy that you're listening to good music, and 2, I'm happy that this artist now has another fan. Like, it's
exactly.
the best outcome ever.
Yeah, exactly.